In the top stories, prisoner who escaped custody causes water damage at JNF hospital. Brazil's electoral court rejects Bolsonaro election challenge, and tech firm Foxconn apologizes in bid to calm protests. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Thursday, the 24th of November 2022. I'm Jason Davis. Nationally, a prisoner who briefly escaped custody at the JNF General Hospital is back in custody after causing water damage to part of the institution. According to a release, on Wednesday at approximately 4 p.m., a prisoner was brought to the Joseph Nathaniel France General Hospital under police custody for medical treatment. The prisoner temporarily escaped from police custody and in the process caused severe structural damage to the roof in the emergency room. The suspect was immediately apprehended. The release said the escape resulted in a busted pipe in the ceiling area, which caused leakage throughout the roof and water damage. The maintenance staff at the hospital and the Public Works Department were immediately on hand to assess the damage and did the necessary emergency repairs to the area. The St. Kitts National Youth Parliament Association, or SCNIPA, has welcomed the National Youth Parliament Association of Antigua and Barbuda for a sitting of both youth parliament associations at the Mock National Assembly on Friday. SCNIPA welcomed them at the RLB International Airport on Wednesday, and President Moriel Knight spoke about the initiative.
The association over the last 2 decades has championed the causes of equality and justice in nation building, and we realize that for our region to accelerate, there must be true regional integration. And so when I took office some year, about a year and a half ago, I made it my mission to embark on a journey to increase SCNIPA's regional reach so that we could have some better collaborations with them and join our causes together and agitate together. So our first partner would have been the National Youth Parliament of Antigua and Barbuda, and thus last December we began drafting a joint agreement that was signed in February of this year. And part of that joint agreement calls for an annual hosting of a youth parliament sitting. And so what you see here today is the fruition of that clause within the joint agreement, as on Friday we'll be having our very first joint youth assembly of the National Youth Parliament Association of Antigua and Barbuda and the St. Kitts National Youth Parliament Association.
Knight said over the long term it is hoped that more youth parliament associations would join the movement and they all host their neighboring associations.
The plan in the long term is to reach out to other youth parliamentarian associations around the Caribbean, and so we're already in collaboration with the Parliament in Anguilla as well as the Parliament in Montserrat, and so we hope as the years go by that we can invite some of these parliament associations, and even as more are established, that they too are invited to join in the push for youth empowerment, youth development and regional integration. This year in 2022 it was agreed that the first sitting would happen in St. Kitts, and so next year for 2023, once all goes to plan, we should be journeying to St. John's sometime in the summer or early September to have our second youth parliament sitting in Antigua and Barbuda.
At Friday's sitting, there will be 3 items up for debate on the agenda. The government will hope to pass the resolution to commission a health investigatory select committee, a resolution to enhance integrity and efficiency in civil service, and an amendment to the age of majority. Kimani Mannix, president of NIPAB out of Antigua and Barbuda, gave his views on the proposed amendment.
The one bill that we will be debating is the Age of Majority Amendment Bill of 2022. Now, the purpose of this bill is really to adjust the age at which an individual can give consent to medical processes. Because as we know, the age of majority is when you're legally considered an adult. You can consent. And so in the case of St. Kitts and Nevis, it is presently 18 for medical, medical purposes, getting tests, going to the hospital, being admitted, etc., etc. And so what we want to do is make it a bit easier for young persons who want to access medical facilities, enable it to be a bit more open. And so the purpose of the bill is to reduce that from 18 to 16 with the hopes that, if the National Assembly of St. Kitts and Nevis and the Parliament of Antigua and Barbuda, follow our pattern, that more young persons will be willing and able to access medical services.
The sitting of mock parliament begins at 9 a.m. on Friday. Ciara White and Janaya Gums of the Virchals High School are the winners of the 15th edition High School Chef Competition. The duo captured the title by showcasing their culinary skills and creative expression at the competition held on Wednesday at the Caribbean Confederation of Credit Unions Conference Center. The cooking contest was organized by the St. Kitts Department of Youth Empowerment as part of the month-long celebration of youth held every November. Participating teams also came from the Keon High School, Charles E. Mills Secondary, Basse-Terre High, Washington Archibald High, and Sadler's Secondary School. The runners-up in the competition were Shania Thomas and Aisha Jalim of the Sadler's Secondary School, while Danica Huggins and Somalia Dublin of Washington Archibald High placed third. Junior Minister of Youth Empowerment, the Honorable Iseline Phillip, is quoted as saying, "I just want to make sure that I said my congratulations to all of the participants, especially the winners. You all did a good job. I'm really proud to see the product that was produced and the meals on the plates. I know some of you weren't super pleased with how your item turned out, but you all still did a really good job." End quote. The Youth Empowerment Minister said that the aim is to, quote, continue to encourage food and nutrition, end quote. She especially thanked the Sadler's secondary chefs for incorporating a nutritious aspect in their meals by eliminating the use of salt and sugar. Gratitude was also extended to the Ministry of Tourism, the sponsors of the high school chef competition. The sponsorship is in partnership with the St. Kitts and Nevis Restaurant Week initiative, and it is done to support junior chefs so that they can have an opportunity to participate in future Restaurant Week events. Moving now to news on the regional scene. The head of Brazil's electoral court on Wednesday rejected a complaint from President Jair Bolsonaro's allies to challenge the result of the presidential election.